So let's talk about Logan, the final Wolverine movie, and why it's the best of the Wolverine trilogy right now. Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. So greetings my fellow YouTubers and true believers out there, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name is Doyle, better known to y'all as the Big D, and this time around I bring to you a review of the 2017 superhero flick, Logan, released by 20th Century Fox and directed by James Mangold, who previously did The Wolverine. Now this, of course, is the 10th overall film in the X-Men series, and the final installment of the Wolverine trilogy. Now the film takes inspiration from Mark Millar and Steve McNiven's Old Man Logan story, based on an alternate timeline which follows an aged Wolverine and an extremely ill Professor X who defend a young mutant named Laura from Donald Pierce and Xander Rice, who are and their villainous Reavers. Anyway, the film has Hugh Jackman once again in the title role, with Patrick Stewart back as Professor Xavier, Richard E. Grant, Boyd Holbrook, Stephen Merchant, and Daphne Keane, who happens to play the young girl in the movie, Laura. I believe that's right. Let me see here. Yes. Anyway, now this, I'm going to say, was really something. Anyway, now critics were really impressed with this. This really got even better praise than the previous ones. It received critical acclaim with much praise for its screenplay. Well, yes, unlike the other two movies, the direction, the acting, as well as the action sequences, emotional depth, and departure from traditional superhero films. It's actually become the best reviewed film in the X-Men franchise to date, and with many critics regarding it as one of the greatest superhero films ever made. And you know something? I do agree with them. But anyway, let's get to this. Now, also, this is the first time this, flick in the franchise when X-Men got an R rating. Although it would be the second time to do that since Deadpool, which came out the previous year, which look for a review of that coming up next time. Okay, here we go with the story. In 2029, no mutants have been born in 25 years, and an aging Logan suffers as his healing ability is failing. Working as a limo driver in El Paso under his birth name of James Howlett, he and mutant tracker Caliban care for 90-year-old Charles Xavier, Logan's mentor and founder of the X-Men, in an abandoned smelting plant in northern Mexico. Xavier has developed dementia that causes him to have destructive seizures. It is alluded that 1 year prior, one such seizure released a powerful wave of telepathy that injured over 600 people and killed 7 people, including several X-Men. Logan reluctantly agrees to escort Gabriela Lopez, a former nurse for Biotechnology Corporation, Alkali Transigen, and a young girl called Laura to Eden, a refuge up north across the border. Later finding Gabriela dead, Logan is confronted at his Mexican hideout by her killer, Donald Pierce, who is Transigen's cyborg chief of security. Pierce is looking for Laura, who has stowed away in Logan's limo and eventually has powers similar to his. So Logan, and Xavier escape Pierce and his Reavers, but Caliban is tortured into tracking Laura. A video on Gabrielle's cell phone shows that Transigen created Laura and other children from mutant DNA to become weapons. Laura was created from Logan's DNA. As they proved difficult to control and Transigen found an alternative, the children were to be killed. But Gabriella and other nurses helped some escape. In Oklahoma City, Logan discovers that Eden appears in Laura's X-Men comic and tells her it is fictional. The Reavers arrive, but Xavier has a seizure which incapacitates everyone except Logan and Laura, who kill the attackers and inject Xavier with his medication. As they flee, Dr. Xander Rice, the head of Transegen, arrives to help Pierce. Logan, Laura, and Xavier help farmer Will Munson and his family after a traffic incident, accepting an offer of dinner at their home, where Logan drives off enforcers from a corporate farm. Rice unleashes X-24, a clone of Logan in his prime, and his alternative to the child program, who murders Will's family and Xavier, stabbing Will and capturing Laura. He also kills the enforcers, who mistake him as Logan and try to kill him. Caliban sets off grenades, killing himself and several Reavers, but only injuring Pierce. Logan is outmatched by X-24, but Will pins X-24 with his truck and shoots him 3 times with a shotgun before dying from his injuries. Logan and Laura escape with Xavier's body. After burying Xavier, Logan passes out. Laura takes him to a doctor and persuades him to prove that the site in North Dakota is not Eden. There they find Richter and other Transegen children preparing to cross into Canada. Laura finds an adamantium bullet that Logan has kept since his escape from the Weapon X facility, which he once considered using to commit suicide. Logan decides that his job is done and chooses not to accompany them, to Laura's dismay. Now then, I'm going to get to the ending of this movie, so you got 5 seconds to stop this video, go to the description box below, and fast forward to the time below to avoid any spoilers. Here we go. Okay, you've been warned. When the Reavers ambush the children, Logan takes an overdose of a serum given to him by Richter that temporarily enhances his healing abilities and boosts his strength. With Laura's help, he slaughters most of the Reavers before the serum wears off. As Pierce holds Richter at gunpoint, Rice tells Logan, who killed his father years ago at the Weapon X facility, that no new mutants have been born due to genetically engineered crops created by Transegen and distributed through the world's food supply. Logan, having found the gun, shoots Rice and injures Pierce. X-24, enraged by Rice's death, fights Logan as the children combine their powers to kill Pierce and the remaining Reavers. Richter uses his powers to flip a truck onto X-24, but he frees himself and impales Logan on a large tree branch. Laura loads Logan's revolver with the adamantium bullet and shoots X-24 in the head, killing him. Near death, Logan tells Laura not to become the weapon that she was made to be. And after she tearfully acknowledges him as her father, he dies peacefully in her arms. Laura and the children bury Logan, and Laura tilts the cross on his grave marker to create an X, honoring him as the last of the X-Men before she and the children depart for the Canadian border. Yeah, a real sad ending there, but, well, that would be the end of Logan and the end of the Wolverine trilogy. So, what did I think of Logan? I loved it. I loved every bit of it. I agree with the critics on everything. There was nothing bad, not one thing. I really liked the score for this, which was, well, done by Marco Beltrami, who did the music for the Wolverine, and also one of Mangold's recent flicks, 3:10 to Yuma. That was also pretty good, but the performances we got from everyone, Hugh Jackman, Patrick Stewart, Richard E. Grant as Dr. Rice, Boyd Holbrook as Donald Pierce, Stephen Merchant as Caliban, and Daphne Keane as Laura, who is also subject X-23. Yes. Boy, the way she turned out to be a real intense youngster. I gotta say, this was very good. But anyway, the film did extremely well and did even better than the other two movies. The film went on to make $619 million worldwide and became the third highest grossing R-rated movie of all time. Yes. Overall, in North America, United States, and Canada, it made $226 million, with an additional $392 million overseas. Anyway, the film did pretty well, and well, actually, it became. Let me see. But no, of R-rated movies overall, it would be the fifth biggest R-rated opening. Yeah, but it would be the third biggest R-rated debut after Deadpool the previous year and The Matrix Reloaded. But anyway, just every bit of it was pretty good. It did have a few sad moments, well, like losing Professor X and Logan, but I still really enjoyed this movie for what it is. So the question is, would I recommend Logan? Hell yeah! This is definitely worth looking into, bub. Yeah, the story's great, the music's great, cast is great, everything in this is great. I've only seen it a couple times. I went and saw this, and I did rewatch it on FX a few years ago. I think it was last year, I think. Yeah, it was last year when I revisited it. I'd like to revisit it again. I wish I could have a Blu-ray player so I could actually get the Blu-ray, because after it got released on Blu-ray, it had a special black and white edition called Logan Noir, which I think is supposed to be even more good, but anyway, it's probably the same thing. But anyway, Logan's definitely a good movie, and I would definitely recommend this movie to y'all to check out. Enough said. So what are your thoughts on Logan? Please feel free to tell me in the comment section below. If you like this video, click the like button below, subscribe to my channel as well, and be a part of the Big D Nation. Join me next time when I bring to you a review of Deadpool, because I've got this and Deadpool 2 to go, and then I'll be doing a ranking of all the X-Men movies. And then I have one more superhero movie, and that'll be Fast Color, and of course this Saturday will be my final Saturday morning TV law of the month, which will be on the Super 6. Oh yeah, but now though Deadpool 2 is my next review, but I've got a special spoiler-free review coming up, and it'll be on the new Disney Plus movie, The Secret Society of Second-Born Royals, which is the superhero movie. So I look forward to seeing it and doing a spoiler-free review of it. Thank you for watching. Now, if you like this, check out these other X-Men videos. In case you missed them, go to the upper left-hand corner for my review of X-Men Origins Wolverine, or the upper right hand corner for my review of the Wolverine, or if you want just X-Men, go to the bottom left hand corner for my review of my favorite X-Men, one of my favorite X-Men movies, X-Men Days of Future Past. And the bottom right hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., then I'm your guy. Thanks again for watching, and until next time, I'm the Big D saying see ya and Excelsior! See ya, bub.